a first note on the Odyssey by Homer. I'm saying first because this well-known, acclaimed, ancient masterpiece deserves a lot of discussion. And more important in this case, I have read yesterday, yesterday I finished, but I've read over the past few days Contempt by Alberto Moravia. Terrific, fabulous, divine book, which has a different approach and offers a completely different perspective over the Odyssey. And then today I listened to an adaptation for the BBC of Out of Africa by Karen Blixen, in which there comes again the Odyssey. So in other words, you can read a work by a modern Italian writer, and also something else rather classical by an author from the north who's into Africa, and find a common ground through the Odyssey. Having said that, we have nevertheless a completely different angle from where we can look over it. So I'm thinking, first of all, the two opinions I came with before these two books. One of them, the classical pleasure of reading about Ulysses, his dealings with a giant, siren, Circe. Speaking of the giant, this is what the heroine of Out of Africa is telling to one of her black Africans who works for her. I'm afraid I have to use servant because that's what he was doing, serving her. So she's telling how Odysseus, as she puts it, is maneuvering around the cycle, telling him, my name is no man in Greek. And then when he's hurting, blinding the giant, the cycle, he's calling for help from his friends, the giants, and he's saying, find no one, please help me to kill him. Who? No one. No man. I'm sorry. And well, the African is asking, but were they black and white? The cycle was black and they were white? And no, they were Greeks. And how did he address? It's interesting, the curiosity of this wise man is entertaining and to be admired. So there's this story with traveling and fighting and philandering and so much going on, which is wonderful. But I'm afraid that I discovered a few years back, this is a story which again has been adapted for me. I must have read, if not a children's version at the age of 8, 10, whatever, and enjoyed it. Still, what I read was not the original lyrical version, which coming to try again a few years back, while attempting to finish all the list of 100 best books as compiled by about 100 writers from 54 countries, past, to do that by the Norwegian Book Club. So I tried the Odyssey again, but I found that this style, the original, does not really agree with me. Well, I don't agree with it. So I had again the issues, some of the issues encountered with Don Quixote and a few others, which are classical works, are in the case of Don Quixote considered the best of them all, but did not take me aback. It's obviously a personal issue, and this is a series of notes made by a man who doesn't really get it, but for some reason wants to share it with you. Well, there it is. Now, there is counterintuitive, actually, against all odds, against rules, look that is offered by Rheingold. Rheingold, a German director from Contempt, who's played in Le Mépris, the appreciated version for the big screen. In Le Mépris, the German director is played by none other than Fritz Lang, if I remember correctly. So I'll have to come back to the Odyssey with this new version.